I'm sitting here and after I stream the games on my other channel. My other channel is called the Gridiron Blitz. And I've been streaming over there for about 5 years. Kind of started as a Detroit Lions channel, turned into a general NFL channel. And it's kind of, this to be here is kind of weird. And let me explain what I mean. The Minnesota Vikings fall to the Philadelphia Eagles. They dropped to 0-2. In the Super Bowl era, there's been 16 teams at 0-2 who have made the playoffs. 16 teams. That's how big of a hole 0-2 is. The Lions have yet to play their second game. They got to take care of business. But if they do, that's a 2-game lead over Minnesota at this point in the season. Now, we got a long way to go. And I understand that Lions fans are timid. They're tentative. We've been in the basement for so long. We've been at the bottom of the barrel for so long. We've had games taken away from us for so long that we don't know how to respond. Last year, most of the NFL called the Vikings a fraud. They won 11 one-score games, probably something that will never be repeated. They got bounced out of the playoffs by the New York Giants in their own home. They come out and they go 0-2. I'm really starting to get excited. I don't think Green Bay is as good as everybody thinks they are. They played the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears are, without a doubt, the worst team in the NFC North, and it's going to remain that this year. I think the Chicago Bears made a mistake. I thought Justin Fields could perhaps get rid of the Ohio State quarterback stigma, but it doesn't look like he's going to do that. That puts a battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings for second and third place. I truly believe that our team, over the past 11 games, have shown you that we are not frauds. Dan Campbell said, somebody asked him something after the game. He said, it didn't confirm anything. I already knew what this team was. And I think it's time for us to see that too. And listen, I've been watching this team 30 plus years. I am the SOL president, and I have my membership card has just been revoked. I'm done with SOL. It feels different. It is different. And watching the Minnesota Vikings, KJ Osborne was like Kadarius Toney 2.0. TJ Hawkinson had a game, had 2 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, monster game as well. But you can see that what the Vikings did last year was an anomaly. The Detroit Lions are building something, and I think that we are building for success for years. The Minnesota Vikings will move on from Kirk Cousins after this year. That's what I believe. This is a weird place. I'm watching this game and I'm like, wow, this is something I don't think I've felt before. Like you go back to 2011. And I remember when we had a chance, I want to say it was 2011, we have a chance to beat the Green Bay Packers. If we beat the Green Bay Packers, we win the division, we host a playoff game, which would have been the New York Giants, if I'm not mistaken. But instead, we lose that game. We go to, New Orleans, get beat. 45-20 something. It feels different. We had Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford. Feels different. In 2014, we all know what happened there. Same thing. I want to say we had a chance to win a division. We don't. We traveled to Dallas, and we all know what happened there. During that season, we ended the season with like the number 3 defense, but this feels different. 2016, we just was there. 2016, we were just there. Have not been to the playoffs since. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 7 years since the Detroit Lions have been in the playoffs. My, how time flies. And our team, the Minnesota Vikings, who won the division, are 0-2. They have to do what only 16 teams before them has done. That is usually us. Now, again, the Detroit Lions have to do something that they don't do. Take care of business. Win against Seattle. There's no reason the Detroit Lions should lose this game at all. Home field advantage will be in full effect. It will be like the 12th man at Ford Field. If the Lions lose this game, I'll be shocked. They owe Seattle. They need to win. And I think they will. The Detroit Lions have a chance to be in front of the NFC North after 2 weeks. Wow, right? I think the Cincinnati Bengals became the 17th team. I just thought about that. Cincinnati Bengals started 0-2, and they went on this ridiculous run. So they might be the 17th team now. I forgot all about them. But either way, that's a lot. That's a lot of teams that weren't able to dig themselves out of the hole. And it feels good being on this side. And I know we've only played one game, but we should beat Seattle for a number of reasons. Their tackles are missing. They got 2 tackles. One they pulled off the practice squad, and the other one is 41 years old. They're coming to Ford Field, which they beat us by 3 last year. The Seattle Seahawks have put up 99 points in the last 2 games, and the last time we were in the playoffs, they put us out. Don't forget the little bat out the Calvin Johnson fumbles. You knock it out the back of the end zone. Should have been our ball. Didn't happen. It's just weird, man. It's weird. I'm not overconfident. I'm not cocky. I'm not arrogant. I'm just excited. And instead of being the team that needs other teams to lose, we are handling business, and we need to do the same thing this week. It was crazy watching the Vikings. It really was. Because we are usually where they are right now. Our season is usually over. We were 1-6 last year. 1-6. The Vikings are 0-2. And again, they have to do a 17 teams before them did. So, unprecedented what we're doing. It really is. And I think this is the time. But I told y'all it was going to be. I told you it was. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Just a little after game kind of, I don't know, reflection of this is usually us. And after this week, we could have a 3-way tie at 1-1-1 or any variation, 2-2-2, or in any number of combinations. Or the Detroit Lions could have sole possession of first place 2 weeks in. Feels good, right? And no, I don't regret not drafting Jalen Carter. But you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.